Button. It was the button.
Ah, well, the button's on. Okay, hold on. We'll have to do all that again.
Oh no.
Well, that's going to make for something to cut out. But hey, no pants! Yay! Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, depending on where in the world you're watching this from. Welcome to episode 170 of the Co-Crown podcast. My name is AJ. I'm joined as always by Meg, and we're about to get started into Digimon Ghost Game episode 36, and I'm as much as I'm looking forward to this, we've so much to cover. So much. Like woo woo, hello Androias, good morning, Desmond, hi, and Yami, thank you.
Thank you for pointing that out.
Yeah, so first things first, I've been playing a lot of Digimon Survive, and I have been traumatized by the end of the chapter that I'm currently on. I'm playing it over at Twitch. You can follow me there. So it actually exists. The game exists. It's in my hands. It's real. Yeah. And after 5 years, no, you're not allowed to touch it.
I want to touch it.
Why?
You have to let me touch it.
Why?
Because I don't think it exists.
But you've seen me play it.
It's mass hysteria. It doesn't exist. Everyone's hallucinating.
Okay, well, I suppose you can touch it, but just the tip.
No, I don't want to.
Yeah! Okay, cool. So, right. So, my Japanese copy will be here tomorrow, right? So I got a Japanese copy because Bandai were being weird about the cards. Remember we talked about the cards last week, right? So, they gave these out at Anime Expo, and then they were like, yeah, these will be redistributed at a later date, right? And they did not give any information about what the later date was. Turns out the later date was July 29th inside the game box. Well, kinda. If you were in Europe, also kinda. So what they did was they gave you a code that you had to redeem on their Epic store. Epic, really, Bandai? Anyway, so the code gave you 1,000 points to spend on their Epic store. Guess how much the cards cost? 1,000 points. So, rather than just packing the cards into the damn box, they print this up, force you to register the game on their website to give you points to redeem the cards that they then have to pay postage on and packing.
Yeah, they have to pay all this shipping for all these cards that they could have just put in a box.
Yeah. Right? And here's the really fun part. From what I understand, the North American version doesn't come with one of these, so you guys are still up a creek with no paddle.
Yeah, like, no wonder they have no money for Digimon.
Yeah,
They're spending it all on stupid bullshit.
Yeah. So, my set of cards from redeeming that code are on the way, so I'm going to have 2 sets of this. And then my Japanese cards with... Oh, I got Guilmon? Yeah, because I bought the PlayStation 4 version digitally, so you can only get Guilmon as a digital thing if you buy it within the first month. And then it'll be DLC that you can buy later on. But North America doesn't get a code, from what I understand. Juggernaut in the chat posted into the Discord their Xbox One copy of the game, and there was no code in it. So now I'm like, okay, so how is North America meant to get the cards?
Were they all meant to go to the expo?
Were they all meant to? Yeah. If you lived in North America, were you all just meant to go to the expo? So yeah, redistributed at a later date. I guess we're still waiting on what that is. So it's funny. Like I could physically go into GameStop tomorrow, buy another new copy, redeem the code, get another set of cards, and then just sell the game.
Yeah.
So, and this is kind of what I was afraid would happen. Like when they said redistributed at a later date, my fear was, oh, they're going to be box toppers. Which means, now I know people made the argument, well, if they're box toppers, there's going to be a lot more of them in circulation. And I'm like, yeah, but you've put a price cap on it for anyone who doesn't want to buy a box.
Yeah.
At least with a $60 game, eBay is going to eBay and the cards are going to cost 60 quid. Right? The cards I got from Anime Expo, they cost 60 quid. They cost a bit more than that because of shipping and customs, but in overall, they were the price of a video game. But making them box toppers later is still something I have no confirmation on that. But they'll either be box toppers or tournament. Yes, show up at this tournament and get such and such. You know, but it's still wild that how you get something so simple wildly varies by territory. Japan, the game I bought it off Amazon Japan. The cards are in the box, and they sent me codes for Guilmon and some power-up thing. I just redeemed those codes on the eShop, and bang, my Japanese copy has Guilmon and the power-up D gem thing, whatever it's called. Cool. Europe, well, if you buy it physically, you can get a code to get the cards, but if you buy it digitally, you'll get Guilmon and the power-up gem, but you've no way of getting cards. So like if I email Bandai and be like, hey, I bought this digitally, how do I get the trading cards that you're offering to physical customers? Their response is likely, well, you don't, because you got this thing that the physical copy owners won't get for another month.
But then you won't get the cards. But
okay, so that locks me out of having possibly an advantage in tournaments and things because I didn't buy your $60 video game again. Which I did. Well,
yeah.
But in the general sense, most people aren't nutcases like I am, right? And most people will just go, I prefer to have it digitally or I prefer to have it physically. But if you're a nut job and greedy like I am, you kind of want to be able to have everything. Cake and eat it kind of thing. So what happens? Like if I email Bandai Europe tomorrow and go, hey, I bought the PS4 version digitally. How do I get trading cards? Because I don't get a code I can redeem on your website.
Are they going to have to send you a code? Is there one wonders about the legal side of that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have any clue about that.
No, like how do you register a digital game on their storefront to be able to get the points to redeem against the cards?
Yeah.
It's such a weird way. And then North America, they just went, enjoy the game.
Yeah. And like you're saying about box toppers as well, if it's anything like where we live, the box toppers are the prizes for tournaments as well.
Yeah, because the guy
locks you out even further.
Yeah, because the guy I shop local, support your local comic stores and all of that. Awesome. But the guy where we are, will open up the box, take out the toppers, and use them as prize cards for tournaments and such, which is fair, but also narrows down the pool of who can actually get them. So, it's a poorly thought out model on the whole. Why not treat each region the same? It's not so hard. Yu-Gi-Oh games have never had this problem. Exactly. You follow the Yu-Gi-Oh and Cardfight Vanguard model. In Vanguard's defense, it never had a game release outside of Japan. But you still got cards in the damn box.
Didn't you say something the same about Dragon Ball? There was some kind of thing that just goes in the box and everyone gets it and there's no hassle.
That's it. With the Dragon Ball game, with the Dragon Ball video game, they put in a whole playset of one particular card. So, and then what they did, they put in, like, for whatever version of the Dragon Ball game Japan is currently playing, they got a playset of one particular card related to the video game. In Western territories, they don't have that version of the game, so they put in one copy of a promo card for that game and still just included it. So even though the cards themselves were different, the idea of the promotion for buying the physical product was. So they still offered something rather than going, well, you don't have this, so sorry. It's like I'll never understand the business sense it does and doesn't make to just be so awkward. I'll never understand it.
No.
So yeah, technically speaking, I have 3 copies of Survive now. I have one on the PS5, which we're currently playing through over on Twitch and has traumatized me.
Mhm.
I've got the Switch version, my English Switch version, which is going to be for my personal playthrough, making different choices, seeing how different things unravel.
I might play it on this.
Yeah.
Just
And now I have my Japanese
for
copy
easiness.
and then I have my Japanese copy that if English language text exists on it, I'm just like, oh, well, if there's an English language version on that Japanese cartridge, I might just give you that. I just go, here
Works
you
for
go.
me.
There's your copy of Survive.
I mean, I'll just be using it in the house anyway. So.
Yeah. But like that, if I have to start traveling for work again,
True.
because I start my new job tomorrow, because I'm going to have to be traveling a bit for work, going back and forth to the office. Just being able to play it on the coach back and forth, things like that. It's going to be really fun.
But after watching you play a bit of it, like
Yeah.
I know I was at work and all that, but part of me is like, do I want to play this? You were wrecked after it.
After today's stream,
Like, I don't even mean because it was a long stream.
No, I was just mentally exhausted by the content. Like I won't spoil it. Survive would have been a kick-ass anime. Oh, it would have if Survive was an anime, and it really helps because it's a visual novel. The aesthetic of it being an anime works really well, especially for like the characters and such. Everything's in that anime art style, which is going to make the game. The game is going to hold up 5, 10, 15 years down the road because that sort of art doesn't age. It's why Wind Waker on the GameCube still looks amazing nearly 20 years later. It is 20 years later. That game came out in 2002. So Wind Waker on the GameCube still looks amazing because it doesn't have like an art style like an Ocarina of Time or a Twilight Princess, which now looks like dirt because 20 years of technology have improved on what was considered lifelike, especially on the bloody Wii.
Sorry, I just internally cringed when you said 2002 was 20 years ago.
Oh, I know. It hurt me here to say that as well. It did. But, yeah, so that's going to age really well, and I look forward to being able to just play that every so often and sort of get involved in that world again. But yes.
Nursing homes breaking out Digimon Survive.
Yeah, exactly, But, hey, I'm not going to be in a nursing home in 15 years. Don't be mean.
I never said in 15 years.
But yeah, no, but it would have been a kick-ass anime. From what I've played of it so far, the character dynamics are really fun. The banter, the arguing, the niceties between the human characters are all really good. The Digimon themselves are atypical. Some of the evolution routes, I'm just like, okay, but why? Why that one? Like, I won't spoil it for people who have yet to play it. But a lot of the evolutions so far have me going, okay, that's cool. Why did that happen, though? Why that one? There's one particular one that has just happened, and I'm still like, okay, but no. Okay, but no.
Sounds like all of Next Order to me.
Oh, yeah.
Every time you evolved something, I was like, what?
Yeah.
How?
yeah. Like it's the next order idea of evolution, but without any of the stat modifiers. It's because your character, like the main character, your Agumon has 3 different evolution paths. Is it bird to orca levels weird? Yes. All I will say is the dog still turns into a dog, but the flower turns into something else, and I'm just like, why though? Oh, and then the bird turns into a dinosaur, but sure. But that was what he was always meant to turn into before they changed it into an ostrich, so it's fun though. Oh, it's so fun. But like Agumon has 3 different evolution paths, and that's all based on your choices that you make throughout the game, because at certain points you'll have 3 choices to make. So there's the up choice, which is yellow, and that's for your wrathfulness level. So obviously that determines the virus route. The option to the left is your moral route, so your moral compass, and that's the red route, so that's a vaccine. And then the option to the right is the harmony, the harmony among the group choice, and that's green. And longtime players of the older card game will recognize the red, yellow, and green values from the older trading cards. Red being virus, red being vaccine, yellow being virus, and green being data. So it's if that's intentional, mwah.
It probably is.
Survives, horror, and mystery also made Ghost Game looks like Child's Play and not the Chucky friend. Oh yeah, like it's two different takes on it. Like this is like Survive is a lot more grounded because I'm remiss to even say this, and I hope it changes later. But I'm 3 chapters in, and the word Digimon has not been said once. Has not been said once. Like that actual term. There's a couple of moments where like the character's like, okay, but what are you? And the partners just go, I don't know. I'm just who I am. Agumon is Agumon. There's no we're Digimon, digital monsters. There's none of that. So maybe that'll change as the plot rolls forward. But even because it's based around like a legend within the area, because it's full of adventure callbacks. Like there's a Mimi, there's a Joe, that your character is basically Tai. There's a Matt, there's all these callbacks. And also it also starts off on the premise that several young kids have gone to camp for the spring and wound up living in a maybe digital land, So it all like there's so much, and it's not knocking you over the head with the references either. It's not like, hey, do you get it? Do you understand this reference? There's things that like if you get it, you get it. If you don't, it's fine. It's not going to affect your enjoyment of the game. So it really is a case that anyone can pick it up. But is it? It's because it's not being seen on by the children.
Yeah, it's not for children.
No, it's not. Peggy 12.
12, yeah.
Which is
not for the little kids.
No, it's not. It's not exactly PG like Ghost Game would be, but like it is. It's based on like because the kids are going camping, and there's this whole thing of going to the local shrine and checking out the history, because it's not like a summer camp as much as it is the school trip for the year. So there's an educational aspect to it. There's teachers and everything, and they're going to check out this shrine and the local history and folklore, and then they get wrapped into it. And then Digimon shenanigans happen, and it's like, oh my god, where are we? Everything looks the same, but it's weirdly different, and everything's trying to kill us.
They're in the Upside Down?
They're in the basically, yeah. They're like the Digimon equivalent of the Upside Down. So it's such a drastic take from Ghost Game, taking the idea of myths and legends and sort of having a more playful and joyful sort of take on them. Where this is just like, no, we're going to focus on this one thing. There's this local myth of monsters called Kemonogami, and as far as you're concerned, that's what the Digimon are. These are Kemonogami. And
did you eat or survive?
I may have done for some of the themes and story beats that have come up so far. He may well have. But yeah, no, I'm super happy with it. I'm sad it's getting review bombed.
Yeah. People didn't expect a visual novel to be a visual novel.
Yeah. Despite 4 years of being told it's a visual novel with tactical RPG elements, and despite at Digimon Con, Habu himself saying 70% visual novel, 30% RPG, people just went, yeah, so another Cyber Sleuth, yeah. What do you mean it's a visual novel? Review bomb. They didn't tell us this. I'm like, yes, they did. They told you for 4 years. And that's even including the idea that production went on for so long because they had to change teams partway through production, because I guess the original team just hit a roadblock.
People just love to rant.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
This will have a cult following just like any other Digimon game. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's super fun. I'm having a really good time with it. I feel like my purchases have been justified.
Yeah.
Maybe not the Japanese one, but
But look, technically you're buying for both of them. So 3 games between 2 people is not as bad as 3 for 1.
Yeah.
People are forgetful, huh?
Yeah.
Also, like 50% of those people haven't even played it. They're just ranting because they heard about it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well,
that's a visual novel. Well, I'm not buying that. This person said it's not good.
Yeah.
I don't have my own opinions.
Aw. Did a content creator give you that opinion? That's cute. Well, no, I've botched that, but it's the Spider-Man meme.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of, oh, that's a cute outfit. Did your husband give it to you? It's like, oh, that's a cute opinion. Did a YouTuber give it to you? Which is a much more nicer one. Spider-Man was a product of its time. That line is abhorrent by today's standards. It was even, you can look at things and back and say, yeah, that's not great, but it's a product of its time.
Yeah.
I'm not, it's not great, but I'm not going to hold it against it for something that came out 16 years ago.
Yeah, like you can't hold old things to today's standards.
No, you can acknowledge that they're bad, but you can't curse it for not, because ethics change with society. So you can't curse something that was running under a different set of ethics for not running under the set of ethics that we hold ourselves to today. It's I'm going to throw some rant in your eye.
Those haters don't like reading in the
well, yeah, that's probably so. There's probably some truth in that.
We should stop insulting the children.
Fuck them kids.
Yeah, I hope it does better.
No, I do. I really do hope. Like the Steam ratings seem to be overall positive. Like it is just Metacritic, and who cares about that? Like the Steam ratings seem to be doing well, and the general consensus that I've seen most from Twitter is generally positive. I've seen maybe for every 10 like compliments, I've seen maybe 2. Oh, well, this was bad because and that's fine. Like people are going to have different opinions. At least they've played the game.
Yeah, exactly. If you've played it and you genuinely don't like it, then that's your opinion and that's how you feel about it. That's fine. Like there's plenty of things I've watched and I hate it, but I don't say that it's bad without any context behind it.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah. So what else happened this week? 02 finally got some footage for their new movie. We got a 6-minute clip, which I'm not going to play here and react to because no, I'm not having them come after me for that one.
No, I'd have to do a watch along.
It's in the Discord.
Yeah,
it's in the Discord. Go watch. So, 02. That new movie has finally gotten a title and a title card, and there's something that doesn't sit right with me seeing the Adventure 02 logo in the Kizuna style. There's something about that just fills me with dread. Now, don't get me wrong, I like Kizuna. Kizuna did in 90 minutes what Try failed to do in 6 movies. Kizuna is very much an abridged Try. But there's just
this doesn't have a Try to build on.
No, because those kids they were stuck in tubes for 6 movies and barely in Kizuna as it was. But for it looked like animation wise it looks great. Miyako it seems to still be going down her follow Mimi path. Her hair is a lot more pink.
Yeah,
so,
I noticed that.
Yeah, so she's definitely gone into the follow Mimi's trends kind of thing. But yeah, it's 6 minutes. It introduces a new character, which I said it on Discord. I really feel like is going to be the 02 cast's equivalent to Mako. Like there's this whole thing where he's meant to be the first Digidestined. I'm like, but no, because Daigo and Maki's team existed, and they're the Digidestined from the prophecy Jedi was talking about at the end of 99.
Who the hell are you?
So yeah, like, did you get stuck in a time warp or something? Like, his Digivice looks like the original cast did at the end of Kizuna, where it's all stoned off and it's all like it's got chunks taken out of it and whatever. So I kind of wonder if it's a mistranslation, because his whole thing is he's the first chosen child, but he never had a partner. So I wonder if it's a mistranslation that he's actually the first chosen child without a partner.
Maybe, yeah.
Like, he was given a Digivice but no purpose.
Okay, yeah, that would
like,
make a little more sense.
That makes more sense than him being a magical being that has just appeared and predates Daigo and Maki's adventure. As ill-fated as that adventure was, it still happened. You know, poor Daigo and Maki, they deserve better.
You get cards with them yet?
No, I bought the Japanese pack, that booster box that they were in, BT9, and didn't get a single one of them. Got everybody else, got all the other tri sets. So Ty and Matt, Sora and Mimi, Joe and Izzy, TK and Kari. No Daigo. I got Mako. No Daigo and no Maki. So maybe the English box purchase will work out better.
Hopefully.
I want my Daigo cards, damn it. Daigo is a good boy and he deserves all the love.
I'll buy him for you on eBay if you don't get him.
But yeah, so he honestly, he's so edgelordy though in the trailer. I genuinely feel like he's more edgelordy so far than Ken was as the Kaiser.
He's kind of reminding me of in Atmon, the guy with the Hackmon.
Yeah.
Which is when he shows up first.
Oh yeah.
And
Ray.
He's just all like in the shadows and hood up and just a whole edgelord. Like,
yeah.
That's all you can say about
but
it.
Just his general plot of being this other Digidestined that has never been heard of before, I really get the feeling.
No.
Androias, those words are banned here. Stop. Those words.
Delete that comment.
Those words are banned. You know this. But I really get the feeling like he's just going to be 02. He's just going to be the 02 cast version of Mako. And I
hope it's not really a thing.
I do as well. That's my worry as well, that he's just going to follow Mako's story. And in the same way Kizuna was a condensed try, this is going to try to redo Mako's story. I kind of don't want that. We had Mako's story, we'll move on.
Yeah.
We had 6 movies to try that.
I'd like them to come up with something new. 6 movies to try that.
I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that. Yeah, okay. Have you seen the new Espymon trailer? Yeah, I shared it in the Discord earlier.
I did not see it yet.
Did you not? Okay, well, hold on. I'll pull it up for Meg, because we'll get away with that one, because I remember the last time I put a preview. I remember I put a preview from Try up on the channel once. It was when they were showing off the Try Digimon Kaiser. And it was like, oh my god, who is this? What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. And Toei went, copyright strike. Not even claim, strike. Damn. So I was just like, no, I'm good. I'm never doing that again. So I'll bring the Espymon trailer up here. It's another. You remember when they did the live action vignettes for the Vital Bracelet last year? It's one of those.
Okay.
So we've got Espymon and his tamer coming in on, I suppose, the remnants of the battle that happened at the end of the last project video. And he's kind of cute. I don't know how I feel about the design in full 3D.
Yeah, he's a very weird texture.
Yeah, so let me just give it its own window here.
You're actually going to play it on stream?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'll just pop it up here. Just for those who haven't seen it either, so... Because I'll get away with this. I've played these on the stream before and it's been fine. Well, I'll get away with this. So what I'll do is just shrink it down. As well, this helps. So we'll just shrink it down. And cinema mode. So. Here we go. Oh yeah, so he's replaying everything they've done. For the rematch.
Okay.
Yeah, he's fun but so derpy.
His running confuses me.
Yeah. I don't know why he's in the Pulsemon green jacket, though. Yes, I'm my partner. Yeah, like he's not even wearing the green bracelet, so I don't know why he's in Pulsemon green. But this might be foreshadowing for a Ghost game coming up. Him interacting with those three specifically. Now the rematch begins. Gamamon versus... And the text says Machinedramon rather than Mugendramon. Okay, fine. He's just done the thing that they do in Ghost Game.
Yeah. He looks cool.
Oh yeah. Mugendramon looks amazing.
These look very strange there.
And... Oh... Is it evolving into the VV? That was a neat touch, like showing the screen of the BEX on this model. So it really gives you like the impression that in the next one, whenever the next video is due out, his device is going to evolve. And because it hosts 2-on-2 battling, that's probably because it hosts 2-on-2 battling, that's probably what that's for.
Possibly.
I'm
not sure how I feel about him.
Oh, he's so derpy looking in 3D, isn't he?
I'm looking at him and I'm like, you don't look like a Digimon.
No.
What looks like a Digimon?
But like
you know what I mean?
Like he's our anniversary Digimon for this year.
Yeah.
Like it's such a weird thing, right? Because we went from Dracmon or Dracomon, I should say, for the 10th anniversary. Then we had Hackmon or Hookmon for the 15th. Then we had Zubamon for the 20th, right? So they're all dinosaur dragon adjacent. And then we have Rocket Squirrel thing.
Yeah.
Rocket Beaver Ferret.
I would go, yeah, Beaver. No, he's not a rabbit.
No, he's not. So it's a choice that they went like, so different for the 25th.
What's that blue character? Doraemon, is that?
Oh, Doraemon. Yeah.
It looks like him stuck in a pipe.
So.
Yeah, he's really. I don't know how I feel about him because the first I was like, "What the heck is this?" Then we got another image of him, and I was like, "That's really cute." And now I'm back to, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah, no, definitely.
I really don't know how I feel.
Yeah, like the card we got for him, he's like, "Oh, that's really cute." Yeah. And now, as you say, it's just like, "Oh, I don't know about this now."
Yeah, he's.
It's a very divisive design, I think.
Yeah, I think I need to see him maybe in show.
In animation, like.
Yeah, instead of 3D or flat.
Yeah.
Because that was That art didn't suit him at all.
No,
I don't think.
I do love that he's like sort of like just hopping around on his.
Yeah, he makes absolutely like if he actually physically tried to run, like he would just fall over straight away.
He just claps, and then he's
he
running
doesn't
around, and then his
float.
eyes bug out doing all the analyzing.
Yeah, he's interesting. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
I want to see more of him
just to get
figure out if I like him or not.
Yeah.
But so far, I don't want to say I'm indifferent. That's the wrong word. I'm like the opposite of indifferent.
No, I think indifferent is the word you're looking for.
No, because I'm very interested.
Oh.
But I don't know if I'm interested in a good or a bad way.
Okay. Yeah, no, I get okay, yeah, I get you. So yeah, like it's been it's a wild ride, this Passage of Fate. Hey, that's a different game I've been playing this weekend. But yeah, so I guess we'll just get into the episode now, will we?
I suppose.
Because we've talked about Survive, we've talked about 02. Oh yeah, the new title. It's Digimon Adventure 02, The Beginning. And while I don't like the idea of seeing the 02 logo done in the Kizuna style, one thing I do find interesting is that in the 0 is the square root thing. And even on the trailer that they showed, like that's there as well.
Yeah.
You've got the square root of 02. So that has to mean something, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe it has something to do with this. I think his name is... Oh, God, what's his name? I hope it's not Ryuki. What's his name? Rui Owada claims to be the first chosen child and has a Digivice but no partner. So yeah, claims to be the first chosen child but has no partner. So I'm guessing, like, maybe it means the first chosen without a partner, but I don't know. I'm not sure I like the design either.
Sorry, Desmond just said I wish it was called 02 Big Bang.
And then we have Ukomon, more like Ugomon, but who seems to, like, he's that Digimon that we seen on the poster initially with everyone that we thought was Daisuke, but might actually be this guy based on the hair.
Yeah.
We also do have some new designs for the 02 cast for this movie.
They can't see that.
No, they can't. I'm gonna blow it up here for them. So we have yeah, so let me just bring these back a sec, right? So these are the designs for the movie. So Daisuke is, yeah, we've seen Daisuke's design. Like, it is what it is. Ken is already starting to rock detective trench coat. So we're slowly getting him into being a detective, as we've seen at the end of 02 in the epilogue. Miyako, I don't like this outfit as it's presented, but in anime, stick a scarf on him and he'd be Sherlock. Oh wow, yeah. Let's just get him a Deerstalker while we're at it. Yeah.
I kind of like the top. I can imagine her like swishing it around because it's like a cape.
Yeah. Well, what I was gonna say was it. I don't like it in this image, but what we seen of it in the actual in motion, it's yeah. But like her Kizuna outfit still shows up as well. I thought that outfit was great because it was a very hippie, modern take on her digital world costume in 02. So I really did like Miyako's 02 outfit. Or sorry, Kizuna outfit. Iori just, well, it's Iori, isn't it? Like, he continues to be the bane of my existence.
He's even in my deck.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We finally built Mega deck.
You're not on screen, sweetie.
Oh no, I'm not. Hold on. So we finally built Mega deck, and I had to put Cody cards in it for yellow tamers. So then Takaru here just jacked Mameo's look from Next Order.
Yeah, I like his shoes.
He just looks like Mameo or Hero or Analog Youth, whatever you want to call him.
Analog Youth.
He just jacked that entire look. Even even with the gray beanie, I'm just like, Jesus, man.
Do you think it's meant to be like that, or did someone draw that and they all went, "Oh, that looks really good," and then none of them realized?
Oh, I think it's that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I don't even think the reference is intended. I just think they thought, well, yellow and black go well together. I don't know if I'm open to correction if they say it in an interview or something. We just wanted to put this cheeky reference in that long-term fans would appreciate. Awesome. But I honestly think it's a case that no one copped it.
Yeah.
And then Hikari she looks kind of like Sora here.
A little bit, yeah.
You know, she
ends up being a teacher.
Yeah, she ends up being.
She does have some kind of school teacher vibe going on.
She does. She has some. I don't want to say she has like a mommy vibe going on, but she definitely has a motherly presence about her.
Yeah.
Which is weird to say in itself.
Yeah, well, it's more of a teacher, like a librarian in that outfit.
Yeah, I'd say she's probably just a substitute at the moment. Hey, Skip. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Welcome. You're very welcome as always, Skip.
Cody never decided to lose the bowl cut. Gotta give him a point for that at least. Consistent with his really bad.
Consistent with his really bad style, sure. So if I close that off, then so this is Rui. This is our edgelordy trench coat wearing 02 character.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, I'm they're fine.
I like them with the socks on top. I wonder if they're all one piece.
No, I'd say they're over the socks because the socks come off more like leg warmers than they do.
Yeah, but you can buy shoes with them just as a bit of it at the top.
Maybe, yeah.
So it doesn't go the whole way down, so your feet aren't dying of heat inside.
Yeah, maybe they are all the one. So this is Rui. He's going to be our Mako for the new movie. I don't know. It's a guy in a black trench coat. I don't have an awful lot of opinion.
The other guy in Atmon also wear that coat?
A variant of it, yeah. Yeah, Ray.
Ray, REI?
Yeah.
He's wearing a hoodie, but yeah, same aesthetic, really.
Yeah, it's the same aesthetic.
He's like the summer outfit of that one.
Yeah, which is funny because Atmon. Which is funny because Atmon runs on Ghost Game Logic, and he does get a summer outfit later on. So, yes, I look. It's a big black coat. I don't know what else to tell you. I don't really have an opinion on it. But one thing I absolutely do hate is Ukomon here. It looks like a mutated Chow. It's god awful.
It looks like someone tried to draw something else from memory.
It's like if a Chow and Kulumon had,
That's it. It's like they tried to draw Kulumon from memory.
It's just awful. Quite the blank palette, isn't he?
Reminding me of
he looks so done though, in the sense of being exhausted with the world. Well.
Yeah, he's very blank palette. He doesn't get much personality so far either. So.
Rui?
Yeah.
No.
Neither does this though.
No, well, we haven't even seen this in motion yet, but the trailer for Rui was very much like he falls off Tokyo Tower, Stingmon saves him, and he's like, "I never asked for your help." And I was
we could even see his edgelordy. I didn't ask you for help, even when we couldn't understand what he's saying.
Yeah, it's
but we helped you. I didn't ask that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you just wanted to fall off Tokyo Tower, then it's splat.
Stingmon, bring it back up.
Yeah. I just think
that's something I would say.
Yeah, fair
you
enough.
didn't want help, right? Back you go.
Yeah, off he goes. It's funny though, Yami mentioning Ken looking like Sherlock. Because you say that, and I'm like, okay, well, we'll just throw him back up and give him his own Reichenbach fall. Survive this one, bitch.
This reminds me.
I don't like this design at all.
It's reminding me of a Pokemon from the neck down, I suppose.
Oh, because it's a Manaphy or
yeah, it's one of them.
It's one of them, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a recolor of one of them.
A short movie, if that's the case. It looks like a combination of Manaphy and a rough draft of Jellymon. God, yeah.
Yeah, it's got her hands.
Yeah. It's got Inkei's body kind of going.
Yeah.
Like if you turned it upside down. Because it's just kind of like a jellyfish head with like a squid body thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like it at all. I
It's
don't.
kind of it feels like a little bit of a mishmash, but
Yeah,
maybe
and then
it'll
the
get
weird,
better.
and then like the Gomamon arms and the Agumon eyes. Actually, he's a bit Gomamon in the ears as well.
Mm.
You know, he looks like proto Gomamon.
The more you look at it, the more blue he becomes.
Oh, yeah, oh, okay. It's not just me. It's not just me. Yeah, yeah.
I think it's just the weird way the white is coming off the white background. It makes him look really extra blue the more you stare at him. He's an optical illusion.
I still hate him.
Is he supposed to be see-through, perhaps?
Maybe. I'd have to see him in animation, but like from this, I don't like it.
It annoys me that he doesn't have a mouth either.
I think this Digimon's going to be the next Diablomon. Oh God, I hope not. I never want to see Diablomon adjacent storytelling again. You know, or if not for another couple of years. It gives off Omochao vibes. Like that pesky tutorial figure that keeps cropping up. Yeah, it's just bleh, you know, but and then we have the logo, which and then you see, so it's the Digimon Adventure and 02 in the Kizuna style. You've got the square root in the 0, which is fun, and then the beginning, which foreshadows the beginning of quote unquote something. And the movie takes place in February 2012, so that's fun, I guess. Right. But now watch as this mom becomes one of your faves. I really hope not. It's going to take more than a 90-minute movie to sway me on that one.
Yeah.
You know. Then again, it only took Jellymon 20 minutes.
This is true. But you liked her long before you even watched it.
Yeah, this is fair. I just like the idea of her being a brat.
Yeah.
Right, well, speaking of Jellymon then, we are nearly an hour into the show and we haven't even watched the episode yet.
Yeah, this is true.
Should we?
We have a lot of talking to do.
Yeah.
We have a lot of talking to do afterwards as well, don't we?
Do it.
Are there spoilers?
No spoilers.
Oh, I thought there were spoilers this week. Never mind.
Mekumon won you over pretty fast. Yeah, well, Mekumon is. Have you seen Mekumon? It's a big fluffy Maine Coon cat. What's not to like?
And it's relatable.
Excuse me.
I'm gonna die.
I'm in danger.
I'm in danger.
Okay, so we're back from our technical difficulties. Right?
Would you like me to get your friend?
No.
Mekumon has the power of cutie, not a fair fight. Exactly.
Anyway, so we'll actually get into the watch along. So, as ever, we're watching on the Crunchyroll app, which we bloody well hope behaves this week. If you are watching along, please feel free to, whether you're watching on Crunchyroll, Anime Lab, or wherever it is you get your anime from. Hi-ho. And,
Hi-ho.
I don't know. Yar, I thought was a bit too...
Ahoy!
Ahoy! Shuko! That's the one I'm looking for. Adventure. Yeah, so wherever it is you get your anime from, feel free to join us. We're going to count us down, and 3, 2, 1, go. So, episode 36, Labyrinth of Grief. Oh, now I haven't watched the episode, but I have seen the new intro, and I'm hoping the new intro shuts a lot of people up. And I mean that in the nicest possible way. Because we've had some complaints, ourselves included, and I think the new opening, puts a cork in that.
It does, but it still needs a little work.
Oh god, yeah. No, for different reasons though.
I mean, they could put a cork in it by giving like an extra millisecond in one place and taking it away from another. But
well, that wasn't what I meant. But yeah, like the Mormont scene in this new, like because it's evolving credits, right? So all the evolutions are shown. Mormont, you blink and you miss him. And I think if you just shrunk down the amount of time Kaus and Wizen take, you'd have more time for Mormont and even
like Bevel gets to
Thetismon.
like hop over here and then hop backwards.
Yeah.
And then fly towards his name. Like
yeah, so
like look at them. They definitely do not need that much time for 4 of them.
you blink and you miss it, Mormont's not on screen anymore. And there's Gulus Gamamon.
Yeah.
So he has not been forgotten about. Right? Gulus Gamamon has not been forgotten about. He is still part of the plot. We will get there. We're good.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I really think Mormont, like when you showed me that earlier, I didn't even think he made it to the back of the screen in that shot.
No. So, and yes, new as in tweaked, not new as in new song and whatever. That won't happen until we get the new Digivices. Well, it's not Ghost Game unless people are dying at the start of the show. Who's that Digimon? He looks like Bethel. now.
Wonderful. You know what? He had some creepy ass hands for a human. Okay.
Sure. Building go down, building go up. Sure.
No, that one came back.
One of the...
They need one of you in all those movies.
Yeah. Please don't be a Betsumon. I mean, I'm glad she's wearing her mask, but she looks like a Betsumon.
Mm-hmm.
I like her hair.
Yeah, it's really cute. Did you just say camera wow? Does that mean who is the person holding the camera?
Oh, he's strong. Bit of a butterface, but he's strong.
Yeah, his arms are not proportional to his chest.
He's a bit off model,
Where's
isn't he?
Kyo going? Oh, he's backing away. I thought he was backing away from him, but he's just backing away. That'll be gone. That's my friend.
Bye, Higachi.
Bye.
This is where I say, okay, see you, bye.
Yeah. Betsumon scared me earlier. I opened a drawer and I forgot I'd put in the masks in there. So I opened it and his face was just staring up at me.
Still the best prank we've done.
Mm-hmm. Super fun happy slide.
I sense an incredibly negative aura from him.
That guy's smartphone is tiny.
Yeah. Must be an old model. Did he put on a shirt? Did he turn up in a tank top and then put a shirt on?
I guess so. Oh.
That's not how fan service works. You do this the other way. He turns up
too hot in the cave and takes it off on
yeah.
I suppose it's for kids.
Then don't have him turn up in the tank top at all.
They had to show how strong he was.
But you could still do that in the cave now, when they're all caved in. Now the shirt comes off. I've had enough of Digimon characters calling out for their mommy today. No more, please.
always do that in these kind
I
of
know. I know where everything is now.
What should be a hole in the ceiling you can't reach without a rope.
I don't know if I like this chick or not.
She seems very excited about all this.
Good boy.
Oh, come on, that's the cave's phone now.
Here,
He's the
look.
guy from the volcano.
Just about to say, at least he didn't climb into a volcano to get it. Oh, yeah. I don't know if the chat's even aware of that story. We'll,
That's a real life story, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Oh no. But like very live things. Especially not in caves. I read that subtitle really wrong. I thought his name was Lizard Son.
You're reading capital I's as L's again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We literally just had this
We
discussion
did?
earlier, yeah.
We did, yeah. So he's just got squished, right?
Yeah. I'm not going to say what I was going to say.
Okay.
I know you saw it too.
I hate you.
There it is again.
Why is it just a butthole? Oh shit, I'm not allowed to say butthole on YouTube.
No.
Oh no.
Bye, monetization. Oh, shut up. I like her outfit though.
You think her and Kyoshiro would be crystal buddies?
No, because she's like channeling bad things.
Oh gosh.
Is that a keyboard?
Yeah.
Ah, because the building's collapsing.
Yeah.
Right, that's what it is. Not one of them is dressed for hiking in a cave.
No.
Or whatever you do in a cave.
No, knee pads and a helmet with a light on it. That's all it takes. I mean, at least they have their helmets and knee pads. But there's no safety jackets or, like, rope or...
Now he's
doing it.
You totally know what that means.
You know, Hero's the kind of person I would go, yeah, that checks out, actually.
Ominous aura. I'm gonna run towards it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not like Kyoshiro at all.
No, she's not. She's like the anti-Kyoshiro.
Now look what you did.
Oh. Man, this version of the descent is weird. Oh god, that's terrifying. Just with all the the creaking sounds, I just feel like it feels more like a squish. I keep expecting her head to pop or something. Kids, get away from the butthole.
Yeah. No, these kids should not be in a cave. See, you had a rope, you would have been fine.
Yeah.
I bet it's only like 2 foot.
Oh yeah.
That's
That's his imagination. Yeah. Oh no, or not. Wait, what?
He's holding him by the legs and he's upright.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit off model.
Yeah, he's not, he should be holding him like this or something.
That's the cave with the giant worm. Oh no, it's Tremors.
Oh, what's the SpongeBob one? The Alaskan bullworm?
Oh god.
Thinks he's in the cave and it's yeah. It goes around biting people's butts, doesn't it?
They were quite the horror movie cliche group this week. It's always good when that happens. I enjoy a good I enjoy a good send up.
To do it without all the sandy butthole stuff. Ugh.
Oh, never mind. But oh, I mean you're right, but I don't like that comment. We've moved beyond that in movie making, have we? It seems to only be parodies that lean on that. I don't like that comment, but I appreciate the trope.
Do we like it or not? It isn't.
Unfortunately, it is. Yeah. Oh God, when did this turn into the Mummy Tomb of the Dragon Emperor?
You've come across people made of stone.
People have been burned to death.
People burned to death. People turned into dolls. Oh, they look so real.
Yeah. Oh, what is it doing? Oh.
What level is he?
4, so champion. Adult level. Strictly speaking, he's a beast spirit, so technically doesn't have a level.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll go with adult for the sake of this. It's a labyrinth with no Minotaurmon. Aw. Wait, what? Wait, what? He's sad that humans can't turn into Digitama? Wait, what? Wait, is this going to be another Mummymon thing and he actually thinks he's helping?
I hope not.
Careful! Don't destroy your friends, please! They had the balls to actually show the debris hitting the statues, though. Particularly one of a main character.
Yeah.
Oh.
She got a crack in her hair. Would it not come back in real life?
Or just end up like Kyoshiro after being a doll and his hair is up.
Yeah.
That might be the same voice as the Frontier version.
Yeah.
I think.
Ugh. Jeez. Some punch. Environmentalist version of Mommy.
ちょうどよ。パークの音を聞いてるんだ。今日か生き物がいるって。
What encyclopedia? Are you actually smart? Have you been reading? Oh. Choshinka!
Now they're all in even more danger.
I always assumed beast spirits were perfect. Nope, human spirits and beast spirits are champion level. Fusion spirits are perfect. Oh, we got first riders going. Okay. Something about to go down? That's a good shot.
I don't like his nose.
No.
It reminds me of another character with an ugly nose like that, but I can't place what it is. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So, human and beast are technically slide evos? Yeah, that's why slide evolution was a thing in Frontier.
Yeah.
Oh! Oh, wait.
やっぱりヒットがあるみたいだ。
I
Okay.
told you that before.
Yeah, no, but they're talking about it again, which is good. So Gulus is in the tweaked opening, and they're talking about the evolution time limit again. We're getting close to those new Digivices. Our graves. You humans will all perish in the not so distant future. Oh no! He saw a movie trailer about climate change.
Uh-huh.
What are you up to?
I'm trying to find that character that he reminds me of, and I cannot. But he reminds me of one of these monkeys.
Okay. You leave it for the post show.
Bothering me because I can't remember who it was.
I need to take that off you when we go live.
Okay, man.
なんて怒らないようにならないように人間も努力しているんだ。もうなんとかしてくれ。このままじゃみんな立ちになって
That's the Roland Emmerich movie trailer.
Just sealing it up with silly putty. Oh god! The terrifying visual, actually, just seeing all the cracks.
Yeah. Need to watch more movies. You wanna
Figures prepared with the grief remains. If you feel happy, you'll laugh.
今にされたら
Oh yeah, the full version of this is out, and it's great.
Mm.
Of Monster Disco. Everyone's into it. I bet. Amazing ride. Everyone's talking. I bet. Monster Disco is here. It's here. Right, so that was fun. That was a fun 20 minutes. Like, it's missable. It is complete. It's a filler, but they at least acknowledge the time limit again,
That too.
which means we're getting closer to the upgraded bracelets.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I enjoyed this with all. Like, a lot of it was very creepy.
yeah,
Not sure. Like, it is another misunderstanding.
yeah. Like it is.
But-
It's the Mummymon episode, but again, like he thought he was helping.
Yeah.
You know,
But did he? He was like, well, you're gonna perish.
well, not well. Okay,
And you
level
committed
hybrid.
sin.
Yeah. Oh, level hybrid. Yeah. So, oh wait, he's the hybrid. Oh, he is the hybrid, isn't he? Because it's Grumblemon and Arbormon that make him up. 1999. What? People make too many prophecies. What the? Oh God, this one. Oh no! Oh, actual skeletons! Actual
Oh, and it's
skeletons!
something in its eye. Ew. Zombie tons? I don't know. Skelebead?
Herd of the Dead.
A
What?
bit of both. That's
Well, the translated title was Flocking Dead,
yes.
which I mean, it's the same thing, right? It's the the dead are herding or flocking together.
Mm.
It's the same thing. Fun episode.
Yeah.
And that's like the show continues to do that. It continues to be fun every week. Some genuinely creepy moments. I like the girl with the crystal because she was just like anti Kyoshiro.
I like the design of the other girl, but
With
she
the
was
hair and
a
the
bit of too much of a wimp.
Well, yeah. I mean, she was.
She was brave enough to go on this haunted tour of a haunted cave or whatever,
but
but then
that's-
just the
But
minute
that's
something
the
went
trope, isn't it? She's the pretty girl of the group who goes along with it, and then stuff gets dicey and just immediately panics. Like she's she's a trope.
Excuse me.
I like them referencing the time limit again. That's good. Gygasmon basically being environmentalist Mummymon, as the comment said. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Like, it is just the Mummymon thing, but he's preparing the grave, so when humanity kills itself, somebody is there to grieve for us.
Mm-mm.
And that's a weird and twisted responsibility to take up, being the one left over to grieve for humanity.
Yeah.
We don't deserve it. But she's the Daphne of the group.
True.
So she's the Daphne, Kyoshiro is Shaggy. I guess Ruli is Velma.
Mm.
And then Fred is Mr. Explorer.
I guess.
It's not Hero.
He did the thing and pretended to be the expert.
Yeah.
Sounds like Fred to me.
But then again, I mean, here Gamamon does like his treats, so maybe. But Shaggy, but Scooby is Shaggy's dog, not Fred's, so that doesn't work. It's funny though. Ruli is more of the Fred. I get that. Yeah.
Mm. That makes Gamamon the Velma because he's the one who's been reading
The Wikipedia articles. Yeah. Velma Gamamon.
Or Angoramon.
Angoramon. Oh, okay. Yeah, I could see that.
He's usually the smart one, yeah.
But like, even with the thing at the end with the time limit, you could skip this episode.
Yeah,
You're not
it
missing.
does mention it again, but
Yeah,
you know,
like the main two things.
if they didn't mention it again, it wouldn't really.
No, like the main two takeaways from this are Gulus Gamamon hasn't been forgotten about, and the time limit on the bracelets exists. So we are getting closer to the Digivice VV, which is good because maybe that means we're getting Espymon and Ryudamon soon. Maybe in the next round of spoilers, we'll have a better idea of what's happening there.
Yeah, maybe.
Because one thing they need to do is impose that time limit on Thetismon and Lamormon. Because last week, it really felt like Thetismon got to keep that form for a while.
Yeah.
Like, Kano Weissmon was done in, 30 seconds? Thetismon was, as soon as she evolved, she was there. There was no time limit on her. And Lamormon, well, you excuse that with first time evolution bonus, right?
Yeah.
V for Velma. So they need to start imposing the time limit on the other two. It still doesn't feel like a time limit. It feels like an overload. And I think that's what it is. I think that's why the first time it happened, the gauge charged up as if it was trying to go to mega level. But... And if it is, that's why I'm saying they need to impose it on the other two so that we actually know if it's a time limit or if it's just something affecting Kano Weissmon.
Yeah. Again, he is the kind of the outlier.
Yeah.
So, because it could have something to do with Gulus if it goes
that's
another way or something.
Well, that's what I was thinking as well. That was another thought I had. Is it something to do with Gulus? Is that why it's only on Kano Weissmon?
Yeah. It could be that if he gets too overloaded with it or something, it goes bad.
Yeah. That could be a little bit of philosophy. What do Digimon do if they outlive their partner? They don't.
Instead of the environmental thing, I thought it was going to go in the direction of humans have a limited lifespan, and that horrifies a Digimon. Which makes total sense.
That also makes sense. Him being upset that humans don't turn into Digitama was a really sort of... Oh. And using that, could be just as much justification as humans are going to kill themselves. Climate change is going to wipe you all out, and you can't even, reincarnate through Digitama. So either perspective on that would be really good.
Yeah.
And I think the episode remains, even if you take Corviday's idea, I think the episode remains largely unchanged. But maybe it makes Hero acknowledging the time limit on the evolution again just that little bit more subtle. Oh, the whole plot the whole story for the episode has been humans have a limited time span. Oh gee, so does my partner. There's a thing there. There's bookending, I guess. But so now Kano is Ultraman, can only fight for 5 minutes. Basically seems that way. He can only fight for a few minutes, where the other two... Now, we've only seen Lamormon once, and even then he ran off into a corner and sulked, before he devolved. He got Engi. And...
Did you save that picture?
I think I did. I need to double check. But, but Thetismon just seems to last.
Yeah.
Now, granted, again, her first episode, first time evolution bonus, yeah, you can't impose a time limit in that episode. But last week, time limit didn't seem to affect her.
Yeah.
That could have been a fun idea where he's like, "Oh, I'm poisoned, but now I know how to make the antidote," and suddenly she goes back to being Tesla Jellymon, and it's like, "Oh no, what do I do?"
Yeah. That would have been too grim. That's why they didn't do it.
That's exactly it. Yeah, that's exactly it, isn't it?
Is she not maybe expending as much energy as kind of Weissmon or something?
Could be that as well. It could be an energy thing.
Because he usually comes out when it's time to do a big bad fight, whereas she comes out to be helpful. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, I get you.
He bursts forth, whereas she.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get you. I get you. Right, so with that in mind, then
We need that extend time for our waifu Digimon.
maybe that's all it is. Just keep the boobs on screen longer.
Mm.
So
Hmm.
Labyrinth of Sorrow, then
What's it still called?
I believe so.
Labyrinth of Grief.
Oh, could be Grief.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, look, I'll update it here, and let me just pop it up. Cool. So, Labyrinth of Grief, then. You went first last week, didn't you?
I think so.
Okay. So,
I think we kind of both went at the same time last week because
Yeah.
we couldn't make any decisions.
all right. Well, look, I'll go first this week.
Yeah.
Oh, like, let me have a look at the rankings because I feel like we're in a similar situation to wall crawlers. Yeah, I feel like we're in a similar situation to wall crawlers where it's a good episode, but it's not great. You know, there's nothing like I think it's a 3. Maybe a
I was thinking
3.5.
3. Yeah, I want to give it more points for all its tropiness and like.
Excuse me.
We got some extra laughs out of it because everything looked like buttholes.
Yeah.
And also his nose didn't help that situation
No.
at all. But yeah, I kind of want to give it a 3 because the ending again, like it didn't feel like a botched ending, but it was just it's one of those endings.
Yeah. You know, the mentioning the time limit doesn't really bolster the episode score. It's just a nice, that plate is still spinning.
Yeah. We haven't forgot about what we said.
Yeah.
We're saying it again. But had they not said it again, it would still be a spinning plate from the last time.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna give it a 3. Looking at my previous 3.5s and the 3s. Yeah, maybe not. It's probably not a 3.5. So I think I'll give it a 3. And my favorite character this week. Oh, it's Gigasmon. I think almost by default. Because what was Crystal Girl's name?
Nico, I think, something like that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna skip through till they find the tomb.
Yeah, that's the quickest way because they named them all out.
Oh, yeah. Izuka was the pink-haired girl and Nico.
No, Izuka was the guy.
Was it? Oh.
Yeah, because Muscle Guy called him by that name when he fell down.
Oh, right. Okay.
Or when he went back after his phone.
Right, so Nico then is the crystal girl.
Yeah.
And what was pink-haired girl? What was Miss Fashionable's name? Did she get one?
I think so. I think at the start when she came in to take the selfie. I think they said her name then. Forehead is really long. Pyojin.
Pyojin. Is Pyojin a nickname? Like,
Well, she calls her
Ruly.
So
Ruly. Whoa! That doesn't work. Ruly.
Andreas says the problem is everything in this episode has been done better in other episodes.
Yeah, and it is kind of just it's
kind of a mishmash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a serviceable waste of 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but it's not It's not like best episode ever, but it's not so bad I'd rank it lower than a 3.
Yeah. It's a middling episode, that's it.
Yeah, so look, I'm gonna go with Nico. Because I thought she was... Because I like that she was like the anti-Kyoshiro.
Yeah.
Like, she was actively looking for the bad vibes.
Yeah. I don't know who I'll go with this.
Because the main cast did nothing for me this week.
No. Like, Kyoshiro had his panic.
Which he does.
Yeah. That was about he backed away. Muscle guy showed up.
Yeah, Muscle Guy showed up and then put a shirt on.
Yeah, he's
still weird.
Definitely not my favorite character for that.
No. Like, maybe if we'd seen the guns all for the full episode.
He could have been lifting some rocks. That would have been great.
Yeah, when they got caved in, yeah.
No, it was the other guy who ran over and tried to pick something up while he just sat there looking at him.
and then your man Izuku went over to him, like, picked him up and was like, "Why aren't you doing anything?"
We know who the real strong person was.
Yeah, the guy funding the expedition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really like looking at Pietro. She's cute. Her hair makes me happy.
Yeah, her hair is adorable.
But she didn't annoy me.
No, but she was
daddy, mommy. You know,
yeah,
like,
she was tropey. She was tropey horror girl.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Well, what about score first?
3.
3? Okay. And then...
Actively looking for bad vibes. Time to see some bad neighborhood. What?
Actively looking for bad vibes to see some bad neighborhoods.
Time to see
bad neighborhoods.
Oh, so she'd go into bad neighborhoods on purpose to find bad vibes? Okay.
Probably, yeah.
Sorry, I read that really backwards there.
Time limit. Japanese calling card of Toku. Well, yeah.
There's a lot of stamina.
Oh, no, I don't have the horny jail emote on this side of things.
No.
But Jesus. Desmond, off to horny jail with you.
We need to get like a Gamamon with a lewd sign.
I do need to commission something from Reiko this month.
Oh yeah, that's Reiko today.
Probably playing Survive.
Yeah, probably playing Survive. Yeah, that's understandable. Okay, I don't really have a favorite character this week.
No?
No. Nobody stood out to me at all, really. Because again, the villain wasn't really a villain,
the monster of the week.
Monster of the week wasn't all that interesting, really.
No. Because he was just Al Gore Mummymon.
Yeah, I feel like he was even worse than Mummymon in a way. I don't know. Put down Pio-chan because she's pretty.
Sure. I mean, it's for an episode like this, it's valid, right?
Yeah. I do like Nico's dungarees? Are they dungarees?
Oh, so they're all on the same
forum he's been looking at,
Kazu. Well, your muscles are a bit weird on one side, Kazu.
Yeah.
But
You see what I mean about his chest?
yeah.
It like bulges out here for that guy, the comic book guy, drew him.
Oh. He's a Rob Liefeld drawing.
That's the one. If he turns to the side, the whole thing peeks out.
Yeah, he's really off model.
Yeah, they don't know. They're not good at muscles, I don't think.
Mm.
He makes no sense. He's kind of got boobs, actually.
Yeah.
That's the shape he's got.
Mm. Yeah, particularly on what would be his right side, because of the way the tank top slants out and down and around compared to on the other side where it just goes down.
Yeah, they could have done without the slanting in.
Yeah,
but, like he has a really skinny waist, so I don't know. It just looks really.
Yeah, it's off model.
Also, this muscle looks like it's pressing inside his body.
Yeah, Yeah, again, like it's off model, and these things happen. Animation on a time limit can be hard.
Drawing kids and monsters, humans,
Yeah.
human adults come out a bit weird, I suppose.
The neck on him though,
Yeah.
he's thick. Anyway, so Pio-chin for Meg.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So then ranking wise,
Desmond said man boobs.
man boobs. He's a bit too buff for that. So I'm going to put it. I'm gonna put it above Wall Crawlers. I don't think it was as better than Killer Blade or Moaning Bug. I'm gonna put it above Wall Crawlers. Yeah, every week the thing just does not want to cooperate. So that's
I'm gonna put it under Moaning Bug.
under Moaning Bug. Okay, so better than Kamaitachi.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
For now. This whole list could change when we actually get around to rewatching this. Which again has had to be pushed back because I had a whole extra day of work.
Yeah. We built you that deck and never even got to test it.
Yeah.
So okay then.
You know what? You should have held on to that deck and not let me have it until we were on stream and I could have reacted to what I was getting.
Maybe. Oh well. So next week then, let me get this off screen. So that's where we are.
Exactly, Corvidae. Visible muscles can be hard to proportion. One area too short or long throws everything off.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had one boob on one side and not on the other. So. Oh no, a visual novel setting. It's so boring. Visual novel enthusiast. First time?
Okay, so that's like, yeah, again, like it was a fine episode, nothing major, but then
I enjoyed it, but it's gonna be one of those ones where I kind of go, wait, which one was that?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
and I feel that with some of the ones I like.
Yeah,
in a few
weeks, it is just going to be kind of forgotten about.
Yeah, I think the only thing that will connect it in my brain is Labyrinth, and then I'll remember the maze, and then I'll remember what's in the maze.
Yeah.
But I don't, it's not as memorable as it could be.
No. Right, well then, we'll move onward then to the comments from last week.
Yes.
We've actually made back good time.
Yeah, we have.
So, let's move on to comments from last week.
That's what happens when you get a fillery episode.
Yeah, we don't have much to talk about. It's just kind of like, oh yeah, that happened.
It's like 1 or 2 points, and then you're like, oh, well, that was it.
Yeah. So, we'll go oldest first from the bottom. So, starting with last week. So, Sleek Emu, always good to see you in the comment section, Sleek. Thank you very much for taking time to catch up and comment and all of that stuff. So finally, Mormont is here. I'm a bit disappointed that Mormont doesn't seem to have the Shutmon situation where Offmon went really feral to the point of hurting his partner. It doesn't seem like this will be a mini arc about Mormont. I realize this season doesn't have 2-parters where the next episode starts off from the previous stuff with the previous stuff from the previous episode. Okay. Everything done in one episode, and next episode something different. Next episode seems to be another Monster of the Week that doesn't affect the plot, so hopefully it's entertaining. I don't want the whole show to be the adventure was the Digimon friends we made along the way, because I really hate that look at the reboot. Yeah, look, we kind of talked about that we talked about that quite a bit last week, where the show could probably benefit from two-parters just to let stuff breathe and to explain some more of the behind-the-scenes lore.
Yeah, and some of the endings could end up not seeming so botched if there was more time to explain things maybe in the episode.
Like, imagine, like, if Freezing Hell was a two-parter, and say throughout the episode you were seeing the perspective of the kids, and then you were seeing the perspective of Frozomon's little minions.
Yeah, or even had there been an intro to it where the heat from that place was hurting his friends or whatever it was. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
Something to do with that. But if you see that it's hurting them, and then maybe even with no explanation there, go into it then. But we've seen that there's a group of people being hurt by this place. Digimon being hurt by this place. So then when they run out and all that, we'll kind of go, oh, okay, so he was protecting them because they were hurt. It won't just come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then fix the ending where everything's okay.
And then fix it. Yeah. That's,
But just dropping a few extra scenes in there wouldn't hurt.
No.
And extending it out. Like, had they cut it off when we thought the kids were dead and then jumped into the next episode, like, that would have been a great cliffhanger.
Yeah. A bit of dramatic tension for the following week. So, yeah. So, Clatterglass. Again, Clatter, good to see you. This episode sits between it's another good-ish episode and it could have been done better. The writers need to start considering toning down Kyoshiro's fear of the supernatural. Not that his fears are completely unfounded. Soon, because it's going to be irritating if it's dragged out along the series too long. Yeah, and we've kind of said that as well.
Yeah.
Like, he can't, like, at this stage, he has to know it's not a ghost, it's a Digimon.
Yeah.
His brain has to sort of...
If you're going to have him that fearful all the time, bring back his talismans.
Yeah.
Have him do the Benny thing and go through all of them.
Like, oh, God, yeah.
You know?
Oh, that'd be funny. Yeah.
That'd be
Betty.
a great reference to the Mummy then. You know?
Well, yeah. Even Ruli snapped at Kyo to stay quiet for once. Yeah. Another thing that brings down the episode a little is the Manticore versus Mormont fight. The fight in itself was okay, but as I said before, it could have been done better. Yeah. I wonder if the budget for this episode would have been saved up properly if the writers knew how to make chill, stroke relaxing episodes. What's wrong with having one of the human kids hanging out with other Digimon? What's wrong with having one of the human kids hanging out with other Digimon other than their partner? Or the Digimon partners themselves actually helping other Digimon get more settled in the human world without the human characters' help or resorting to fighting? So an episode just based around Angoramon's book club.
Yeah, or just follow Jellymon around and
while she's doing her shopping and stuff.
Yeah, and the kids are not in the episode at all.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Or they're in the background.
Yeah, but see, they can't sell you toys then. And I hate to be so, like, blunt on that, but if the main characters aren't on the screen, these aren't on the screen, so they can't sell you toys.
But then you put in the nice Digimon that would make good plushies and make plushies of them.
Yeah, I know.
You do the Pokemon thing and make one of everyone.
business. It's not always great. Remember this whole show is an advertisement first, entertainment tidbit second. You know, or the Digimon partners themselves actually helping. Oh yeah, we read that. And I agree with you guys and chat with the whole lack of proper build-up motivation with Mormont coming into being. I remember commenting about a similar issue a couple of episodes back about how Toei or the writers are not making the whole Digitamamon conflict thing a conversation between Angoramon and Ruli before the Mormont reveal. Ugh. The writers have the talent to properly write out cool plots and plan development for characters, but it seems they're not even trying or don't want to make the episodes really good. I don't know if it's a case that they don't want to make the episodes really good, but I feel like
that they're not allowed to make them the
well,
way they want.
That's kind of where I was just about to say. Like, it could be that they're like the one monster a week and resolve everything in 20 minutes thing is likely a Toei mandate. So the writers are kind of ham-fisted on what they can and can't do. But
There's only so much you can fit into each episode.
Yeah, but
when
there's
you're
no
not allowed to do 2-parters.
yeah, and where I know it's easy for us as armchair writers and fans and everything to go, okay, well, this is where you put in the conversation where she talks, where Rory and Mormont have this chat, or when Ruli's in danger, Mormont being, or even Simbar and Goramon at that point being like, I'm not losing another friend, blah blah blah. That stuff has to get signed off on by higher ups, and if they've shut that down, there's only so much.
Even a scene with like Rory looking at him, looking sad or something, and going, I wonder if he's thinking about his friend, or no,
again, and as I say, it's easy for us to say that, but that's not to say the writers haven't tried.
I can see someone on a business side that has no interest. No, not no interest, but like they're not fans of the show, maybe kind of going, now cut that out, kids don't like sad. Yeah,
and that's and that could be it as well. It could be
they don't care about development.
No. You cut me off, but well done.
Sorry. When I start doing that next time, just okay.
Anyway,
I'm sorry.
Okay. It's okay. But anyway, well, what was I saying? Yeah, remind the bosses. Ghost Game has Ghost Game is worse than the 2020 reboot. Oh, that is harsh. I would remind bosses that people buy the merch because they like the characters, not just because there is merch. Oh, is that what I was meant to be doing? Whoops. I thought I was meant to just buy the merch because it had the logo on it. Whoops. Visible mush. Oh, the girl boyfriend effect. Be interesting seeing well-adjusted Digimon living their lives. Could also be a good place to drop more lore bits about what the Digiworld is compared to the human world. Yeah, like I think that idea, like an episode following Jellymon around while she's doing her shopping and just getting into shenanigans would be fun. Or an episode that's just Angoramon's group talking about their day. Like there's always that really good episode of Batman the Animated Series. I Almost Got Him. That's the episode. It's called I Almost Got Him. And basically, the episode is just the villains sitting around a poker table telling stories about how they just almost within a hair's breadth killed the Batman. And everyone was, I almost got him. Yeah. And then, so you could do, like, that works. Like, they're not, like, they're just telling these mini little stories. Like, they're not flashbacks or anything. It's just, Poison Ivy has 5 minutes to talk about this thing that happened. Who else is there? Sandman, the Joker. Not Sandman, that's Spider-Man. Clayface, that's the one. Like, it's always, and I almost got him. And and then at the end, Batman's like, I've been here all along. Yeah. But you could do something like that, and
in a nicer way, yeah.
Yeah, if it's Angoramon's little group,
like their little tea meeting.
Yeah, or even check in with the kids who don't have Digivices, but again, birds to Orca. Check in on those kids. How have they been adjusting since the whole Petermon thing? Have they been traumatized by being kidnapped by the MJ Digimon? I think that's the polite way of saying that one.
You could have just said Peter Pan.
By being kidnapped by Peter Pan. There's a lot of ideas, but again, it all has to get signed off on, and it could just be a case where the writers have a billion ideas, because we do this in the space of like 1 minute and 45 seconds between ourselves. The chat comes up with ideas, we have ideas, we come up with all these great ideas like that. There's no reason to say that a room full of highly paid, well, it's Bandai, a room full of paid writers don't come up with the same. Yeah. And the higher ups just go, no. Because like you said, the kids want action. They don't like sad. They want this. It's all been focus group tested. Yeah. And that's the bit that kind of hurts me here. The idea that it's probably been focus group tested, and that's what nixes a whole bunch of ideas. Yeah. The therapist must be minted in this season. But I hate that viewpoint of anime with merch. Unfortunately, like, the only person who probably cares about One Piece's story from a creative perspective is Oda, the writer. As far as Bandai are concerned, it's okay, what can we make a statue out of this week? Sadly, but it's probably only Oda that cares about the characters and the lore and everything at this stage from a creative perspective in that company. Well, that's not even Bandai. Well, what? Shonen, that's all them. It's all one now at this stage, isn't it? I can't... The Shonen Jump, sorry, they do One Piece, not... But Bandai do all the games. That's where my brain went bleh. But anyway, either way, business. Ghost Game is worse than the 2020 reboot. I think that's harsh.
I haven't even watched
at least
I know that's too harsh.
At least Ghost Game has characters. Yeah. Like I'm gonna remember Kyotaro in 5 years. I don't know if I'd be able to tell you anything about 2020 Koshiro or Sora in 5 years. But
the only reason you can tell us anything about them is because you knew the other versions of them.
yeah. If I had no context from the 99 anime, wouldn't tell you a thing about them or their lives But hey, this is the time. I'm actually thinking of imposing a 2020 ban. Where like anything regarding it, like comments, quips, anything, I will just ignore.
Because it sends you on around.
Mostly, yeah, because I don't like bogging the show down every week with the same rhetoric either. And I understand, like, it's a divisive show, but I feel like it all, like, yeah, it just caused too many, it's that, or if you want me to talk about 2020, what is that new little tip thing that YouTube introduced?
The thank you thing.
The thank you thing. If you want me to talk about 2020, you can use the thank you thing. But I think I'm going to have to start imposing a 2020 ban because...
See, it's easy for people to compare it though because it's
the
last
most...
thing
Oh
they
yeah,
watch.
and I get that,
so
and I've said that myself. It's because it's the most recent thing. That's why it draws the most comparisons. And I've said that even since we started watching this, and I totally agree with it. But... it was nearly a year ago. Like, this time last year doing the podcast, we were talking about Ghost Game coming up. It was a Tentomon focused episode. This time last year, it was a Tentomon focused episode, and Ghost Game news had just started to come out because it was going to be starting in 2 months from now. We're nearly a year at Ghost Game, which is mind-boggling to me. We're nearly a year at this, and we've actually been a year, if not over, of doing the podcast live. Which I'm just like...
I still have to go back and find out which one was my first episode.
Technically, it was the Odaiba Memorial Day episode when we watched the dub movie. But technically, your first proper episode was Ghost Game 1.
Yeah, so
what, 40 weeks ago, if we take the break into it, 40 odd weeks ago, so nearly a year as well.
Yeah, because you would have had more episodes after the...
Yeah.
So, well, technically that was it. Yeah.
It has outline of a plot. You seem more lenient on Ghost Game, and it still doesn't have a plot 30 episodes in. Because I'm a fan of the world building. And I've always said, the thing I love about Ghost Game is that the episodes might not do anything, but the episodes are always entertaining. Also... the show actually has characters, as Yami did say, and also it has an outline of a plot. Like, we are just due a chunk of actual story, but it isn't just big action set piece every week. And that wore thin on me as 2020 went on. It was fine in the beginning. I actually think I was very positive toward 2020 in the beginning, and I've shown my rankings. When I started doing that format, like, I showed my rankings for the show and where I thought and it just dwindles. Unless it's a Mimi episode or a Joe episode, it's like, oh, why am I here?
Yeah, like I remember I had to stop listening to you at some points because you were just getting so angry. I was getting annoyed.
Yeah. So yeah, and you know what, and maybe that has a lot to do. Maybe I'm a lot more lenient on Ghost Game because I don't want to be that annoyed at something that I'm not the demographic for anymore.
Yeah,
There's
but it's
probably a bit of
also
that, but
this is more new, so it's not like you had 99 to compare
yeah,
2022. So
this can actually stand on its own.
yeah,
Because 2020 isn't. It's not trying to live up. It was, but Ghost Game isn't trying to live up to 99 or even Appmon the way
yeah,
that 20. And even though Ghost Game would be a perfect Appmon carry on, and I've said that before as well, there's a lot of similarities in the structure, the storytelling, the characters, etc. But 2020 was trying to ride on 99's success and the nostalgia and all of that. Ghost Game is doing its own thing.
yeah. Like it has a history behind it that we know of because we already know Digimon.
Yeah.
But it can stand on its own as its own show, I think.
Ghost Game is Ghost Game. Exactly. Ghost Game. Tora. What? Tora is Tora.
But yeah, like I said, like we've been saying, it does have a few missing elements right now.
Oh yeah, and we
but
like that was a chunk. That was
there's little breadcrumbs. Even today, they mentioned the time limit thing, so that's gonna
carry over.
hopefully
Yeah,
carry over.
like we spent a
And
good
the
chunk.
episodes are entertaining.
Yeah, like we spent a good chunk of last week's show talking about how okay, we're nearly 40 episodes in. The world building is down pat. We need to start building on that now and getting to a point with it. Where this all pays off. And I think as we do get closer to actually getting into the digital world, catching up with Hokuto, all of that stuff, like they wouldn't still like. I think Espymon is coming eventually, right? That's why we're getting new Digivices. So there is more stuff coming, and I would hope on the back of that that we get the answers to the questions that we're looking for. But we know from the newest version of the opening, Gulus hasn't been forgotten about. He didn't go away after the whole Vamdemon thing. He's still there. They're going to come back to that. And the time limit is still a thing. So plates are still spinning. But yeah, I totally agree. It would be nice to start getting chunks of plot. But 2020 didn't do chunks of plot either. We got plot in episode 4. We got plot in episode 50, maybe 45. And then that was it. Everything else was a big action set piece. And that bugged me about 2020 as well. And I called 2020 out for that nonsense every week as well. The same way people are doing with this show. And I totally get it. One thing I do like about this show is that it's not your chosen heroes and you have a destiny because the prophecy says X. These are just kids who got caught up in something beyond their comprehension.
Yeah.
And they're just adjusting to it as they go.
Yeah, like I can see like previous fans, like with other shows, they just lay it out. You are this, you have to go here, you have to do that. These kids don't know shit.
No, they
don't.
So
they're figuring it out, and we're figuring it out along with them.
Yeah.
And I wonder if sometimes some of us are a bit more forgiving about that, because that's the way shows kind of were as well before. And especially with the waiting week to week, then you have to wait, and that's all the other
I suppose
stuff
if you grew up on, I'm not going to try and be ageist here or anything, but I'm trying to maybe just explain a bit more of where I come from on this personally. If you grew up on old time Saturday morning cartoons that had a general story structure, but the episodes week to week didn't always connect, you're probably a bit more forgiving because you're used to that method of storytelling.
Yeah.
It's not like a modern anime thing where like a Bleach where it was 10 episodes of we have to get into the Soul Society and we have to rescue Rukia and we have to do this and the Arankar and the this and the that and the it's just always. And maybe there is just a little bit of me going, yeah, this is fine. I would like more story. Of course I would. I'm not negligent in that regards. More plot for what is the purpose of all this. One thing I also said is I don't want to be at episode 40 and still not know what the story is, We're getting dangerously close to that.
Yeah.
We are dangerously getting close to being at 40 episodes into this, and there not being an overall narrative.
Yeah.
Monster of the Week only goes so far, and the world building is holding this show up.
Yeah. So it's like you're saying we're too lenient on it right now. That could change in a few weeks.
In a few weeks.
You're really not going to do this now.
Yeah.
You're really pushing it back again.
Attitudes could change like that, depending
Yeah.
on how the next few weeks go.
Like, I'll still love the characters and the show, like the week to week of it, I suppose. But yeah, I will get very annoyed if things don't start happening now. That just reminded me of what I was about to say as well. Like back when we were younger as well, much younger, you know, you'd watch the cartoons week to week and then you rewatch them when you're older and then you see the overarching story. When you were a kid, they were just Monster of the Week for a long time.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you're not as attentive to things as well.
Yeah.
And again, that's another thing we're always saying. We have to remember this isn't for us. The storytelling doesn't have to be super amazing either.
No.
Because the demographic...
I mean, don't talk down to your audience, but...
Don't talk down to them, but also, you know, that's the way kids' shows go.
Yeah. So it is what it is. So overall, I think from next week, because I know there's a comment we still have to get to, and it's very 2020 heavy, and I'm going to get to that. But I think going forward, I'm going to have to impose a 2020 ban because it's just not worth it anymore. Like, we're 36 episodes into this show, and we're still arguing about Digimon 2020. I can't do this anymore. I'm too old for this shit. to quote a very famous copper. I'm too old for this shit. But yeah, if Toei can manage it with Precure after all this time, they should be able to do Monster of the Week plus storytelling elements for Digimon too. Oh yeah, and I don't doubt that they can do it. I just think every series does something different, and that's this show's not gimmick, but it's presentation. The presentation is always going to change. The problem with 2020 though is that the dub is around the corner. Yeah.
Yeah.
And look, don't get me wrong. If I do introduce a ban on it, that will obviously lift when the dub comes out because we'll be watching it again. And Meg for the first time.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna go through 2020 through the dub and re-experience it. Well, I'll be re-experiencing it. Meg will be experiencing it for the first time, and I'll have the this is what the Japanese one did. This is what the dub did, and this is a compare and contrast. But
yeah, I think maybe we need to push 2020 back till the dub comes out.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. So look, so from the end of today, I'm not touching 2020 topics until the dub comes out. If you want me to talk about it, the super thanks is there. And that's how I guarantee we're not going to have to talk about it because no one's going to use that. So that's how I guarantee it.
So in the chat, it's got to be a
super chat.
A super chat, and in the comments, it has to be a super thanks.
Yeah. Otherwise, after this episode, I'm not touching 2020 topics until the dub comes out. Because it's just not worth the back and forth anymore. I'm exhausted just talking about it. I love this franchise. Talking about it shouldn't do this to me. I love this franchise so much. This shouldn't be. It
upset you earlier, and now it's making you angry.
It traumatized me earlier. Goddamn, Survive Chapter 3.
Maybe we need to cut you off. It's getting into your head too much.
Yeah, maybe I just need the drip taken out of my wrists, you know. But no blasphemous Thai comments this time. All new voice cast. I don't mind the new voice cast. Like a lot of the old voice cast have moved on to different projects or they've passed on. Unfortunately, Joe, Mimi, they're no longer with us. The Japanese version just replaced all the humans, kept the Digimon voices except for Tailmon, but there's reasons for that. You know, so even as far back as Try, they just replaced all the humans and kept the Digimon actors. So I'm totally fine with the dub doing the same thing. 2020 Thai, as much as I love Joshua Seth in 99, he doesn't need to come back and be Thai again. he can for like the stuff in that continuity. So 99, Try, Kizuna, this new movie. We seen Ty is in it. We seen him on the TV.
Yeah.
If he has any speaking roles when this gets dubbed, sure, bring Joshua Seth back in for that.
Yeah.
But if no, it was referring to Meg with that one. Oh, right, because when we watched Digimon the movie dubbed, you were like, "That's not my Taichi."
Yes. Or my Agumon.
Or my Agumon. Yeah. But yeah, look, Joshua Seth doesn't have to come back and be 2020 Taichi. Colleen O'Shaughnessy doesn't have to come back and be 2020 Sora, etc., etc.
If they come back and be like their older counterparts.
Yeah.
For the original stuff.
Yeah, for stuff in that continuity, like Try and Kizuna.
If it's a whole new reboot, that means they have different everything, right?
Yeah, well, they can. It's licensed to just start over.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
Hashtag not my Agumon.
Hashtag not my Agumon.
Yeah. So let's get back to the comments.
So we'll get back to the comments.
Get 2020 out of the system.
Yeah. So, Justin commented, well, before I got into this episode, I can't exactly say I'm pleased with DigiFest in terms of the new Digimon Adventure 02 movie. I think all they gave us was a drawing and a title of the movie, and it takes place 2 years after the final battle with Eosmon. We don't really know anything about the first human to be partnered with a Digimon, or if his bond has been broken, but we'll have to wait and see. Oh, well, that was what we covered at the start of the podcast. He's the first human. He's the first chosen child, but doesn't have a partner. But that might be that he's the first chosen child not to be partnered up. We'll have to wait and see on that one. As for the episode, I did enjoy it. We finally got to see Kyoshiro do his JoJo pose without him being green this time. And I thought it was interesting how Thetismon and Betelgeumamon were taken out of the fight due to the poison, which gives more spotlight to Simbar and Goramon when he super evolves finally. If you remember, AJ, we spoke about if we were reading too much into Lemormon just being the Skull Greymon or Make Crackmon Vicious mode of the episode. I can't say we were too far off because Lemormon looked like he was in control, but during the battle when he said he would protect Ruri, he kept slashing Manticoremon. It felt like he was going to lose control, and you can look at Ruli's reaction. She pretty much thought it was going too far, and if she and Darkmon didn't tell him to stop, Lemormon was more than likely going to kill him. Oh yeah, I agree with that. But I just wasn't expecting like the arrival of Skull Greymon, but again. Like I wasn't expecting that episode. I think we said last week, like there was a couple of ways that could have gone. Like he was just a crazy beast, and then Ruli talks him out of it. Or he's not a crazy beast, and he's just big. And I still don't like the idea of regular Angoramon's voice coming out of him. That's a different kind of scary. Or, just the way it happened is that he was going too far, but oh no, the episode's out of time. So he stopped because Ruri's voice gets through to him. It's again, I think we all spoke at length. The episode didn't go how we collectively as a community would have liked it to go, but they did what they did, and that's how the episode went. For better or worse.
Like we were saying earlier, they could have just did what they could with what they were allowed to do. Yeah. So
I think I'm a bit disappointed that we didn't get what we were expecting in terms of him going out of control due to the things he and Ruli went through, like the Digitamamon incident. But overall, it was a nice episode. My favorite character was Lemormon, and I give it a 4. That's very fair. Justin then says, funny, a day after I made the comment about the 02 news, we get what I consider better than what they gave us, this time with an actual clip of the movie. So spoiler alert. Okay, yeah, so it's going into stuff that we covered at the start of the show. Rui's Digivice, and like Taichi's and the other is different, more grey color than white. But I'd need to look at the trailer again. I think it not just stoned over like Taichi's is, or it became at the end of Kizuna. I'd need to look at the trailer again. But
Oshiro on Taichi.
wearing a
Koshiro?
suit on TV. Koshiro. Do we see Koshiro? I need to go back and watch
I'll
that.
have to watch it
I remember
again.
Taichi being there, but I don't remember Koshiro, but I'll take your word for it. Wearing a suit, and of course his baby sister is going to go, Oni-chan. It was nice to see the international. Yeah, seeing the international
Yeah.
chosen children was a really nice touch that they didn't have to
Yeah, you
do.
popped for that.
Oh, I did. Seeing Maria and everyone, yeah,
Mhm.
that was awesome. Digimon Try can feck off with that one because it would have been nice to see them help out with Ordinamon's rampage. Yeah, like having like not relegating the 02 kids to like bathtubs for 6 episodes would have been super nice, but like that is what it is, unfortunately. They made their storytelling choices, and as usual, fans don't agree. No wonder Bandai hates the franchise. We're never happy. So here we go. Our second to last comment for this week. So Pedja says, "All right, this was a good episode, but it could have been better." Yeah, that's fair. First, I was okay with Manticoremon as a villain for this episode, even though I was expecting Wergarurumon. I said not to. I said it was too cliche.
Yeah, it was too obvious.
Yeah, punk werewolf did not fit the aesthetic for this episode. So, anyone expecting Wergarurumon, I think, let themselves down. But like the episode being called Werewolf, I get it. Not partnered. It's Examon. Darn, dial-up was causing issues at the time and just forgot all about it. Where can I watch the 02 preview? It's in our Discord. So there should be a link down below for the Discord if
I'll
there's
get it. You continue.
Okay. So, so where are we going? I like how Manticoremon was a feral beast in this episode because not all Digimon have to have a personality and motives. Yeah, fair. I like when Digimon are feral beasts that are hungry for data, and in this case, humans. That's why I was okay with most episodes of 2020. That term is banned. As after, I guess, after this comment, that term is banned. I really like that the survival of the fit. I really like that the survival of the fittest digital world and feral Digimon remember Groundramon ate all those Tortamon. I liked Lemormon in this episode, but kind of wished that his evolution wasn't triggered by Ruli's speech. What if Ruli was really about to get killed, or and she almost dies, and the Lemormon appear kind of like a dark Digivolution that just shreds Manticoremon and then loses control and starts attacking everyone. Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. I didn't want it to just be the arrival of Skullgreymon, but again,
like we got as much shredding as we were gonna get, considering the age rating probably on this show.
Yeah,
like can't imagine he was gonna go any more gory than that. But
I mean, the 2020 was all about like shoving cannons down Digimon's throats and blowing them up, or killing a Digimon by putting cooking oil inside it and then heating it up. So it had, again, I think
show doesn't really do
it's a lot more it's a lot more light and playful in how it tackles its yokai stories. So it's just different methods of storytelling. That's completely fine. Right, so almost dies, and Lemormon just appears like a dark Digivolution and shreds Manticore, and then loses control and starts attacking everyone. And then Ruli calms him down. That would have made this a 6 out of 5 episode. I see where you're coming from.
Yeah, like we never wanted it to be a dark one, as in, like you're saying, just a mindless beast. But we definitely wanted him to be more feral in general. Yeah. Because of the way he looks. So a little explanation for how he looks.
Yeah.
So angry,
like you can't, unfortunately, you have to remove Darkmon from that episode to get that ending.
Yeah.
Because he has to kill he has to kill Manticoremon in 2-3 attacks.
Yeah.
Like when he's clawing down on him, 2 or 3 of those, and then turns on Thetismon or Betelgamamon or something. But they're written out of the episode with poison.
Yeah.
So is he just attacking prone bodies then?
Mm.
The problem is we can fantasy book all this great stuff, right? We as a community we can come up in 5 minutes. Oh, this is what the writer should have done. This is what I would have liked. And I don't doubt a room of paid writers, as I said earlier, haven't come up with these ideas.
Mm.
Where was I going with that train of thought? Bollocks.
They come up with this stuff.
Yeah, no, I had a point to make. Whoops.
Is it that they're constrained by time?
No. I don't want to just repeat what I said earlier. Like, right, so you have to remove Darkmon from it, right? And you have to remove Betelgamamon and Thetismon getting poisoned at that stage.
Mm.
So, like, are we just then turning it into Lamormon versus Thetismon? Does Cano Weissmon have to show up and put him down? Like, but the other problem with the show is, and this is the point I wanted to make. Sorry, the other point with the show is because of the way this story structure is done, and it's something I don't like. Don't get me wrong; it's something that I don't like. Is that by the end of every episode, the status quo is reset, and if they're not going to touch on Digitamamon after how emotional that was, why would they touch on this?
Yeah.
Lamormon could go crazy, do everything we ever wanted. And next episode, it'd be like nothing ever happened.
Yeah.
The same way, Gulas Gamamon, he turned up and it was like there was an episode. Wait, you want to talk to him? And it was never brought up again.
Yeah, like...
Even when he showed up the second time. Again.
Yeah, it's not like they've forgotten him as such.
No. But they don't linger back on things in the writing of the show. So there's no point in doing all this if you know the next episode isn't going to care about it.
Yeah, it's like what we said was the camping episode or something next after. Something happened with Gulus, and then the next episode they didn't mention it at all.
Well, Bokumon died, and then they went camping to take Gamamon's mind off things, because as far as baby Gamamon is concerned, Bokumon went on an adventure.
Yeah.
He went away. I don't think Gamamon understands that he's dead.
Yeah, no, I get that, but yeah, it was something like the only mention of it really was the hero looked at him being cute and was like, "Are you really the same person?" or something like that. And that I think that's all we got in that episode about it. And then the next thing then was Kyoshiro saying that in the bath. Yeah. Yeah, so it doesn't really follow up so much.
No, and so so we can say, "Oh, Lamormon should have done this. He should have done that." Doesn't matter if the show's not going to reference it next week. And this is where two-parters come in. This is where, that extra bit of world building comes in. As much as I like what the show is doing, it could do that extra bit more. But we're constrained by what they give us, and we can only make our opinions based on what they give us.
Yeah.
So for me, this episode was 4 out of 5. By the way, when was the last time they had to kill a Digimon? When Gulus turned up. That's why killing Digimon is a special thing, because it doesn't happen.
Yeah, like Digitamamon.
Well, Digitamamon had to be put down because he was corrupted,
Yeah, but again, it was more shocking, especially because it was
Angormon
doing it.
Yeah.
They're killing something every week. Like, I know we wanted them to do some more killing at the start because everything was like, "Oh, you're letting them go. Why are you letting them go?"
Yeah.
But again, once they started, like, adding in kills, all of those kills are so memorable.
Yeah.
Whereas if they killed every Digimon, we'd never remember any of it.
No. And that's why, Manticore will stick out for that reason, because Lamormon almost got him.
Yeah.
Bringing it back, baby.
We're
bloodthirsty. Well, yeah, maybe there's a bit of that as well. But yeah,
episode 26, Digitamamon?
Was it?
He says here.
I remember Sealsdramon, Arachnimon, and Digitamamon last in 26. Other villains after that, even Asuramon, were misunderstood or given another chance. Yeah. Next episode, Gygasmon. He was originally scheduled to appear in 44 of 2020, Hikari in the Moving Forest, to fight Petaldramon, but I guess that Entmon made more sense because of its living nature versus dead nature. Yeah. Entmon made a lot more sense for that episode. And then, well, R.I.P. Petaldramon, because he never got reverted to a Digi-egg. He remained in the grass forever. Same goes to Andromon. 2020 really loved to kill Digimon. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. I'm looking forward to seeing how much of that is flanderized in the dub.
Yes.
How much of this bloodthirsty Digimon killing everyone loves in 2020, how much of it is going to be flanderized and boulderized in the dub? Oh, I can't wait for that one, because people are going to be, but it's 2022, we shouldn't be censoring anime anymore. I can't wait. I cannot wait.
It kind of makes me want to watch the Japanese one like the night before and then watch the dub one.
Yeah.
To compare.
So we can do that.
Like refresh and kind of go, wait, didn't they do the thing? Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that.
Like like with the movie.
I mean, if I'm gonna have to watch the show again anyway, I don't mind.
Might as well watch 2 episodes of the same thing.
Yeah.
Unless they like start putting episodes out and stuff.
Well, see, that's the other thing. I hope they won't, but I know that happened like when Sentai gets converted into Power Rangers. That happens. Later seasons of Yu-Gi-Oh started doing that, like 5Ds, Zale, all that. They started just leaving episodes out, and because I think it has something to do with standards and practices in the States for circulation, or whatever the word for syndication. Yeah, because they can only have so many episodes per syndicate,
and that went over as well, didn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, they'll probably cut out some.
So I wonder if some of the filler will get cut out in 2020, and if it helps make the show a bit more digestible, brilliant. It didn't need to be 67 episodes. It didn't, but I am kind of looking forward to seeing how the dub just boulderizes everything. It'll be excellent. I'm not an agent of chaos at all. No, what are you talking about?
Some of the spares just don't make sense. General consensus on if it's justified on who lives and who dies.
The Digimon went to another dimension. Yes, Myotismon's Myotismon's dungeon in the digital world. Yeah.
The Shadow Realm.
Yeah. And then finally we have a Taro. Yeah. So then we finally have a Taro. Always good to see you in the comments, Taro. If you look closely at Simbar's evolution scene, you can pinpoint the exact moment Renamon lost a lot of subscribers and Angoramon gained them. What is it? The scene where he's all bishy and holding out his hand? Because yeah.
For a second, I was thinking about my comment about the thighs, but
no.
Lamormon
does have them thighs, but no. Simbar Angoramon being all butlery and holding out his hand is like, oh, Simbar Angoramon. Well, that brings the comment section from last week to a close. So, yay! Cool.
You're gonna have to get a 2020 chat is banned banner.
Oh, I just put a ticker. I can just install a ticker through here and just have it running across the top.
Talk about it.
Unaliving.
Unaliving, yeah. Oh, you're not allowed to say killed or dying anymore.
Oh, look, I've already said butthole on YouTube like 50 times today. It is what it is at this point. If it's good enough for Loxton, it's good enough for me.
At least you didn't point it out on screen.
Yeah, I wasn't pointing at a plushie's butthole when I said it. Yeah, that's fair.
which is the first thing I did when I got younger.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you just
I
looked at
picked
it.
him up and went, see if he had a butthole.
She did. Yeah. We went out shopping the other day, and she just came across this Yamper plushie and went, "Oh, yep, okay, cool."
He doesn't exactly have one. The pattern just gets sucked into a seam there.
Yeah. The crack with the creak. Jesus. So yeah, I know.
Rico?
Yeah, isn't here today, but we'll still do that segment because we actually have Salamandermon art. We don't have Manticore Mon art yet, but we do. Did I show the Salamandermon art last week?
No, because we didn't have any
Oh,
to
okay.
show because it was delayed.
Right. Well, then here, I'll pop it back up here. So
I'll pop Rico's Twitter into the chat. There we go.
So there is Reiko's Salamandermon art, and then the cleaner version without the text. So pretty cool. I actually like the effects going on, especially with it covered in fire and everything.
Yeah, the fire is really. I always like Reiko is very good at making the stitches in their mouths look like stitches.
Yeah.
They don't just look like a flat thing
text,
on their face. Yeah. It always looks like there's actual something coming out of flesh or something. But that fire is really cool. No, it also looks like it could be hair that would brush really well. But no, I really like it.
Yeah. So Reiko's also done the thumbnail art for my Digimon Survive playthrough. So if that artwork looks familiar, that's why. Burniful, isn't it? Isn't it? So that is where we finish up tonight. We're tapped out on everything, and we made good time.
Yeah.
Because the episode didn't really have a lot of talking points.
Yeah, we probably talked about the episode least.
Yeah. I feel like we talked about the 02 stuff more than the episode itself, and my experience so far with Survive. Yeah, so it's been that kind of week. So we will be picking this up again next week. Well, I suppose this week I should say, because it is Monday. My brain keeps thinking it's Sunday. So this week on Sunday, we'll be back at our regular time slot on Sundays. This week was just the exception because of Odaiba Memorial Day. So happy Digimon Day, everyone. Happy August 1st. It is August 1st for another 43 minutes. So if you haven't found your way to the digital world, I don't know what's wrong with you. So...
Fell apart again. There we go.
So we will nice. So we will see you guys next week for Herd of the Dead, a very good zombie chickens and dogs and and a very gross returning monster from 2020 is turning.
You're gonna have to talk about 2020 next week, aren't you?
No, I'm not. Like, it's a returning monster. I'm curious to see what they do with it this time around. But it's not going to lead me down a tangent. So, good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great week ahead. Be sure to follow along with myself and Meg over on Twitch as we're playing through. Well, I'm playing through Digimon Survive and Xenoblade 3. Meg is currently playing through The Letter and maybe Survive?
Yeah, I'm not sure because I don't want to run two digital novels, two visual novels at the same time, but...
Do you want to do Cyber Sleuth then?
I don't know if I can.
Okay.
I'll have to play a bit of it myself and see how the motion sickness...
Okay. Yeah, we can set that up.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, look forward to that. There should be, hopefully, some Digimon-related shenanigans over on Meg's channel, and we will see you back here next week for episode 37, Herd of the Dead. And with that, good morning. Thank you all for making Sunday such a joy. Take care of yourselves. sweet dreams, and bye-bye. Is it pants time? No!